Hello and welcome to Full Tilt Throwback with me, Big Chris. Joining me this week, we have Mr. Serious Jim Wilson.
Hello.
All right, Jim, thanks for joining us today. We've just finished a busy trainee academy show, so I'm grateful for you to come chat with us for a couple of minutes. Try not to keep you too long because I know you're very serious.
Busy man, yeah. Chris.
So first thing we'll do is I'll just tell you a little bit about like the format and then we'll get into it. So the Full Tilt Throwback is we're just talking about your journey, your start in wrestling, and then go through like your journey up until today. Again, like nothing's off limits. If you want to talk about something, it's fine. If you want to call people out, you know, it's totally fine. It's podcast. You know, you can say whatever you want. But anyways, so we'll get straight into it. So you've been wrestling now for, is it just over like 4 years?
Closing in 4 years.
4 years
in October, I think.
Yeah. So let's start at the beginning. Yeah. Before you even like started coming to training, like did you used to watch wrestling?
Yeah, all the time. Like I think a lot of people, there's sort of gaps in it, but like I remember being a kid, you know, my older cousins had a couple of WWE like Coliseum videos and VHS, and you watch those, and then you're doing toy fights with your brother and that, and then sort of got a bit older, and there was a time where Channel 4 was showing WWE pay-per-views like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So yeah, me and my little brother would sneak down in the morning to watch these on telly and all that, and you know, just always sort of followed it, always loved it, and then it was many years later. Like I didn't start training until I was 36 years old. Started training at the same time, obviously, as Harry Bragg, David Harrison, the tag partner, and it all just came from honestly like a drunken conversation in the pub. Like
that's how it all started.
Getting drunk, started like cracking on about like intergender matches with me and Rona against Dave and Aurora, and you know, just clarting around in the pub. Next one we started like googling wrestling schools, and we saw that Full Tilt Wrestling was having an open day. So straight into Dave, you won't believe what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean. Again, I mean, that's how I found wrestling. One night drunk and that, me and my mate were like, what can we do? He picked Wing Chun, I picked wrestling. I stuck to wrestling.
Yeah. Does he still do Wing Chun?
He'd never done it. So like when I first started, I was like, right, after 6 weeks, we'll see where we are.
Yeah.
And it got to 6 weeks, I was still at training, he never even went.
Never even showed up.
And then it was like 2 years later, 3 years later, and I was like, still never happened. But so you're saying like it was just like a thing between like you and Dave. So when you like found like the open day, like were you coming here to be like, right, we're gonna like start wrestling, or were you just gonna be like, let's just give it a go and see what happens?
Honestly, just thought it'd be a laugh, something different. Like just wanted to run the ropes. Like lifelong wrestling fan, just let us run the ropes once. Like we had, you know, no idea what to expect. We sort of think I'm gonna come in and it's all be full of like 6'6", 300-pound like muscle heads, which me and Dave are not. So there was a bit of apprehension sort of coming in, you know, it's something new, you don't know what to expect, but we came for this open day, you know, we've got the ropes, we've got to try doing some holds, and for me, I think for Dave as well, it's like mint. Yeah, loved that. We're coming back. Yeah. And from then it was just sort of like a gradual process of just trying to take another step. Right, we've run the ropes. Oh, we've done a tie-up. Oh, we've done a practice match. And just, you know, then you want to get on the shows. And it's just sort of been like that progression, essentially, just trying to take another step each time.
Yeah, so what did you feel like after like your first session?
Oh, giddy. It was buzzing. Like, you know, you think, oh, I've run the ropes. Oh, did you see me do a hammerlock?
Yeah. So, I mean, like, did you come in with any like preconceived like things of like what actually wrestling was, or were you just like, you know, just like whatever I get asked to do, I'll just do?
I'd say so. The preconceptions I had again is like, you know, I thought everyone's gonna be like a massive muscle bound guy and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Didn't really know what sort of like format the training was going to take, and sort of like preconceived ideas. Obviously, like, you know, with the internet and everything, wrestling's not as closed a shop as it used to be.
Get beasted.
Yeah, but you read like a lot of stories. You know, oh, Hulk Hogan had his leg broken. Oh, this guy got like this, that, and the other done to him.
Well, I could do that. It may make us more money.
You wouldn't have kept my money. But yeah, it's odd because I don't know if you remember. This was like probably mid to late 90s was a TV show like they exposed the secrets of wrestling.
Oh yeah. With a mass wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, me and my brother watched that show, and immediately the second it was finished, right, we're trying that. So you had sort of an idea, you know, about how some of this stuff would work, some of the physical aspects of it.
Yeah.
While at the same time knowing that you know nout.
Yeah. So, like, again, like, loads of people when they think like I want to do wrestling, they think, oh, like, you know, it's going to be easy, like the bumping, like it's going to hurt, but it's going to be easy. What did you think of your first bump?
Sucked. Like I'll be honest, I didn't walk in thinking bumping was going to be easy. I thought it's going to be rough. And when the first ever bump I did, like obviously you get told, you know, flat back, tuck your chin. Didn't tuck my chin.
Yeah.
Started my head off the canvas and everything. Well, I'm not doing that again. I am making sure my chin is tucked.
Yeah.
It was that first one, like, boom, welcome to wrestling. Oh God, that sucks.
Yeah.
Just straight away, you know, it's not.
I mean, I do try to tell people, I'm like bumping. It's easy to do, but it's like it's not easy on your body.
Oh no, I hate it.
And like normally, there's two reactions. You take a bump and you'll be like, well, it hurt, wasn't too bad, I can do it again. Or you take a bump and you're like, fuck man, I'm never taking another bump in my life.
Not for me.
But again, you know, that's the game really, you know. It's like you don't know until you're in that spot. So we'll jump ahead now. So like obviously you started training. When you started like training properly, like thinking like I want to wrestle, did you have an idea of like what you wanted to actually do as a wrestler, or were you like, whatever I learn, I'll just like, you know?
A bit of both. Like I had an idea about sort of what I thought I could do and how I wanted to wrestle. Like obviously, a lot of my favorite wrestlers have always been like the very technical wrestlers. That appealed to me a lot. Obviously, I'm never going to be like a big power guy. I'm not really running around hitting gorilla presses or power bombs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a high flyer. You're not going to find us jumping off nothing. So
and not even the apron.
Nah, it's going to get carried away. So that sort of technical arena was always sort of a niche I was interested in.
Yeah, because you like old school British wrestling, like the Rouse wrestling and stuff like that.
Love all that. Like I say, as a kid, favorite wrestlers like Bret Hart, and then like it's that sort of the more technical side of things is always what's interested me.
Yeah.
As well as sort of meshing quite well with my own physical limitations.
So like let's jump ahead now to your first match. Can you remember your first match?
I can indeed.
Who was it against?
It was me and Dave in a handicap match against Coach Adam Christ.
All right. So again, before that first match, because obviously you would have had matches in training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What did you feel before the actual proper match in front of like the crowd?
Nervous, surreal as well. I always remember sort of thinking there, like, how am I about to go out and do a wrestling match? Like at that point, I was 37, 38 years old, and you sat there in your little denim cut-offs. I'm about to walk out in front of 100, 200 people, whatever it was. It was a big crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do wrestling. It's what at the same time it's like something you sort of imagine since you're a little kid, and now you think I'm a middle-aged man. And
well.
You're achieving sort of like a childhood dream to an extent, and it feels surreal. And you're also thinking, what if I'm rubbish?
Well, it was a good thing you weren't, and you were with Boogie, so
he was amazing.
So like after the match, like, did you feel like a relief because like obviously you got through the match, you didn't fuck up. It wasn't. Well, I can't really remember. It's on YouTube. I'll put the link on the thingy. It wasn't.
It was our first match.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it wasn't dreadful. There was no massive bimbling around or everything. There's a few spots in there I think looked well, worked really well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Boogie's a pro. He walked us through it all. I just been buzzing. Like, I'd done a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Like,
because it was different for you and Dave because like normally when you first start out, like it's a singles kind of route.
Yeah.
But you's actually come to me and said you wanted to be a tag team.
Yeah.
To start off with. So I mean, like, what he's like saying, like, I can definitely do this as a tag team. This is sort of like something to do, because both is like, well, I think like the best kind of tag team is like a tag team that's sort of like both the skills together make like a good team. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like Dave does his high flying stuff, and that you're the technical guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like straight away there's sort of like
there's a dynamic there.
Yeah, rather than it being like if both of us were like both high flying or both of us were, do you know what I mean? It would be a bit more boring. Yeah. And I think you see that in the promos, because obviously, again, I'll put the links in. You just try to do something in your promos that like not a lot of people do. So like the comedy of like Dave being like the
spending all my denim money,
and then you're more like the straight guy,
yes,
the buttoned up guy sort of
yeah
thing.
And I think that worked well. And like, you know, Dave is funnier than me.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he comes out with funny stuff all the time.
He's a funny guy, and I am like naturally quite highly strung. But I think that dynamic worked well. Yeah. I really enjoyed like the sort of collaborative thing of like working with your mate and coming up with ideas. And I think like working in a tag team for me anyway, it's a lot of fun. Like especially DTS, where we're being silly and you're coming up with daft ideas and you're genuinely having a laugh doing that.
Yeah.
But I think that also translates. I think if the crowd or whatever see that you're having fun,
they're
having fun as well.
Yeah. And I mean, like, again, I think the pairs had like a lot of good matches. Because right at the beginning there, you did get thrown in with like a lot of different.
Oh yeah, second match was you and Lou.
Yeah. Well, you know, you might as well.
Yeah, no mucking about.
Yeah, but I mean, in that match, you did pick me up. So the players picked us up and dropped us. So
you picked us both up at once and dropped us.
Who won that match again?
We won that match.
All right, okay.
Lou got distracted.
All right,
and then we took advantage of you.
I thought I just got another concussion there. So, but no, so like obviously we used being a tag team, inevitably ended up going for the tag team belts.
Yeah.
So, is there anything about that match? Because obviously, again, I think this one's on YouTube, and this one was like a stipulation match.
No.
Oh no, was that the second match?
You're thinking of the clock match, I think.
Yeah.
The match where we won the tag team titles was a couple of matches after that. That was after the end of like a truncated sort of tag team tournament.
Oh, right, okay.
And it was us versus Ragnar and Asylum.
Oh, right, yeah, I am. I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
That's the CTE.
So yeah, CTE. So there was the clock match, but looking at the match where we won the tag team titles, like again, that's one of my favourite matches. I cannot speak highly enough of Ragnar and Asylum and how good they were with us. It was one of them where sort of me and Dave were still green as grass going into that. You know, we don't know what to expect. We've never met like Ragnar and Asylum. They made everything so easy for us. The way they communicated in the ring was brilliant. They, you know, got themselves over as these big badass heels, put loads of sympathy on us, got a great crowd reaction. And it was one of the first times where I'd had people mostly calling it in the ring. Yeah. And so it was a great like learning experience, and it's still a match I'm happy with, you know? Like
I always say, like, when it comes to like matches, like for newer guys, is like you've got to work with like veterans, but also you got to work with veterans who are willing to like not just be like, oh, like just take over the full match. You know, they've got to let you, like, you know, get enough out there to see if you can do it, but also like if you fuck up, because inevitably in wrestling, at some point you're going to fuck up, and it's like how you recover, sort of thing. Yeah. And I think as well is like sometimes if you just be like, oh well, that's the new guy, he's just going to like take a beating, take a shit kicking, you know, it doesn't really like help you progress. Where I think if you with someone who's like, you know what, yeah, I'll take your moves, I'll take your offense, it sort of like helps a lot more, and like you come on quicker.
I think so. Like I say, I think I learned so much in that match, like working with those guys. I think as well it was so the fact that it was the first time I'd had something like really cool in the ring, but the way they sort of got themselves and us over, I think. It was, as I say, just a real learning curve. You know, the crowd reaction was great, and you know, me and Dave won the tag team belts. Like as people, that was mental for us at that point. You know, 38, 39 years old. Like, what's going?
Yeah, I can remember you both crying and be like, sir, you won't believe this.
Thank you, Chris. And no, like it genuinely meant a lot. Like, again, you sort of, you know, you're 38 years old or whatever, but you're thinking back to the little 8-year-old kid who was doing moves on his little brother in your garden and that.
I think that's the first time I met your brother as well.
No, you met him. You actually met him at our debut show. When me and Dave debuted against.
Was that one where you asked to chop him?
Ah, that's the one.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So
everything just gets blended in together. I know that many people and that many things happening.
Yeah. So yeah, you'd given Luke a big old meaty chop before you ever shook his hand or said hello.
Well, to be fair, he didn't come up to us I didn't know who he was, and he just started talking to us like he knew us for ages. Yeah. So we'll just move on a little bit on. So obviously, you had this tag team run, and then it come to its end, and you and Dave split, and now you're the singles wrestler. So I guess the first thing we'll talk about is the Alphaprime Tournament, because you were the winner. 3 matches in one night.
Yep.
So let's just tell everyone a little bit about the tournament. I mean, going into it, what did you think about wrestling 3 times in one night?
It's one of them. I was under no apprehension that it was going to be easy. I thought it was going to be physically take a toll, especially with my age and whatnot. But it was one of those where you sort of don't care, but you're willing for it to hurt. I wanted to win that tournament. I wanted to wrestle well. I wanted to put on good performances. Have sort of different styles of matches and things. And you think I'm working 3 matches. That's a long evening. That's a lot of bumps. But you know what your goal is, so you sort of make your peace with that. And again, the way I wrestle isn't too demanding a lot of times.
So let's just go through the matches. So the first round was versus
Lucid Luke,
who is your brother. Not a lot of people know this.
I didn't realize we were letting that cat out of the bag, but yes, my little brother is Lucid Luke. So again, that was
2 polar opposites.
2 polar chalk and cheese, man. It's mad. Even still people are associated with the club, who are amazed to find out we're brothers.
And this isn't wrestling brothers. This isn't Kane and Undertaker. This is Kane and Abel brothers.
Yeah, flesh and blood, real life brothers. So personally, for both of us, I think that was again a really special moment. I talk a lot about being the little 8-year-old kid wrestling your brother in the back garden, and then you think, Christ, we're doing it on a show in a ring in gear, in front of an audience, and that was personally a really meaningful thing to us. And then the second match, and the match went really well. I thought it's one of the matches I'm happiest with.
I thought again, because you're more technical ground based and his is more high flying. Again, sometimes when you put 2 wrestlers together, it doesn't work well. Because one person wants to dominate. But I thought you just come up with a lot of stuff that sort of fit in together and showed you both in a good light.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes if it's a flippy guy and a tech guy, the flippy guy will probably look a bit better because he's doing all the
cool stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, again, some of the technical stuff you do, although it's not flippy, it's still intricate. It is stuff that makes you go wow. This is where sometimes I don't get people that are I don't like technical wrestling, or I don't like, because if it's done right, it looks as fluid as a 450 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously I love it. I think there's a real sort of art to good technical wrestling. When you see sort of people who are at a high level doing it, it is phenomenal to watch and fascinating to watch, especially if you think it's just done by an unspoken communication. A lot of the time people just know the steps of this dance and they're improvising it. I think working with Luke, there's an obvious contrast in how we work and whatnot, and it's trying to tell that story and get the most out of the 2 styles and have those as a contrast and highlighting each other. And I that's what we try to do. I think it worked fairly well. It's a match I'm happy with. And as I say, personally, it was a mint moment to be wrestling my brother on the show.
So then we'll go on to the final.
Just going to miss out Harry Bragg altogether.
Oh, sorry. I thought we already talked about him. See, it's a CTE again.
Yeah. So the second round was Harry Bragg.
But you were a bit of a devious.
Oh, it was terrible. Again, ambushed him after his first round match. bashed his arm up and whatnot. So when we got to the second match, it was just targeting that and working that, and again trying to build like a storyline into the story of the tournament.
And again, like when it comes to doing stuff like that, the other person needs to like not just take it, but also like sell like what's actually happening and get it across. And I thought like after it was done, like you come across as like probably one of the biggest dickheads FTW scene, because again it's like
it's what we're going for. I guess.
Like a good guy's not going to look good without a good bad guy, and vice versa. So then we got the final.
Yep.
So that was you versus Lou.
Yep.
So again, going into that match, like obviously you're a technical guy. Lou's, well, I say technical, but I would say more like he's like an actual like fighter. So like his style, he does know like technical wrestling, but like it's not.
It's sort of the pro wrestling fancy sort of stuff. It's
his is
legit
more like,
MMA.
So I mean, what was that like stepping in the ring with like Lou? Because obviously he's a deathmatch wrestler. He's unbeaten in MMA, unbeaten in boxing.
Yeah.
Again, if you just come into wrestling and you're like, oh, I want to do wrestling, and they're like, oh yeah, you won against this guy that's had real fights, has got a real record. Like,
Again,
what do you start thinking? Like, shit.
Again, like as I mentioned before, like would wrestled yourself and lose eventually. And the second match we ever had as DTS. Was lucky enough to work Lou in the pancrase match that we had before the tournament as well.
Mm-hmm.
So by that time I had sort of worked Lou a couple of times. Again, someone I think so highly of. Like he's, 3 matches in one night for me. That's a lot to try and sort of wrap your head around and get in, plan for and prepare for. Lou's such a pro. He knew what he wanted to do. We knew sort of how the match was going to go. It was going to be a relatively physical encounter for me. Obviously, Lou's a deathmatch wrestler. It's pro wrestling, but again,
this ain't no ballet.
yeah, exactly. And then say, so going in like it's going to be a long night, and you're going to take some licks, and he battered us.
Well, I mean, you
stole my shoe at the end of the match.
you got through it.
Like no complaints.
So like obviously after you become the Alphaprime Champion, you've been on a bit of a run now, and you've had some good matches through that run.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, how are you feeling now? Well, obviously the next show coming up on the 28th, it's you versus Lucid again. But there's like a bit of like. There's actually a bit of aggro there now.
Oh, he's been working his ticket.
Yeah.
It's obviously I think you sort of see the last few shows, like he's been interfering in my matches. He's been dragging me names through the mud.
Yeah.
Obviously at this point he's on like an 8-match losing streak. And he thinks he gets a shot at my title.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, little brothers, you've always got to let them, you don't want your mom and dad to shout at you, like, play with your brother.
He used to drive me wild. All I wanted to do was read my book, Chris. He'd come up.
So, I mean, how's that going to work when it comes to the show? Like, obviously, because your family's going to be there. So, who are they going to cheer for? Because I know your mom is more for Luke and your dad's more for you.
Yeah.
So is that
Dad likes the heels.
So is that going to end up being like some kind of like confrontation there?
I don't know. I honestly think my mom's going to have like hands in front of her eyes for most of it. I don't think she enjoys us wrestling too much, and she shouldn't. She sees what's going to happen in this one, I think.
Yeah.
Dad won't care.
Well, I mean, so I mean, like obviously. That's what you've got that match coming up, but like looking to the future, like have you got anything that you want to do, or is there anything that you would like to, anyone you would like to face like in the future? Like what's
I don't know. Like
what's Jim Wilson looking like? Maybe it's in a year's time.
Interesting one. Like in terms of what I want to be doing, like I always sort of say to other people, like I've already done more than I thought I ever would.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't have sort of specific goals. It's not like, by the end of next year I want to have wrestled for X many shows or X many companies or whatever, or this. I just want to be able to sort of keep having fun doing wrestling. There's several people in FTW I want to wrestle. I think me and Harry still have a lot of sort of storytelling we can do with DTS. I am desperate for a match against our heavyweight champ, Thomas Blood. And again, he's another, you won't mind me saying this, older gent who joined the club at the same time as sort of me and Dave. And I remember like when that open day that I mentioned, sort of me and Dave came around, you're looking around, there's all these like teenagers in low 20s, and I saw Steve, like, oh, thank God.
He's all really like the dad's army of FTW.
old gits of FTW. And that's something else, like, you know, we know sort of myself, Dave and Steve talked about like an old man's faction sort of thing. That would be something I'd look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, just not putting any of the younger talent over, just being like selfish.
Oh, we'll put them over, but they're going to have to work slow.
So, we're just coming to the end of the podcast there. Just before we go, like obviously, like you're new to all this, so obviously, are you on social media?
Oh God, yes, very resentfully. Only because you and Nico kept shouting at me.
Well, I didn't shout. All I said was to say, you know, it's hard to like advertise where you're going to be if you know, unless you send a carrier pigeon out to everyone.
Best way.
We can get Riley Wallace to get his dad get some pigeons for you.
Grandad kept pigeons. So it's just at Serious Jim Wilson.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah. Then go to Facebook.
You won't find us anywhere else. I'm not on X or Twitter. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on any of the what's-its.
Now this is the hardest thing. Like I'm not gonna lie to people, right? Is like when we're trying to advertise stuff for your matches, I always get like a message being like, how to do a collaborator.
I don't know. Like I guess this message, FTW wants you to collaborate on a post. Like how? Why? What does that mean?
It's just algorithm stuff. It's just algorithms.
What does that mean? It's just algorithms.
Well,
you click the button, Jim.
Yes. You know, like obviously right now it takes you a long time to do anything because you don't know how to use it. But you know, like I said, after a while it's going to take like 2 seconds. It's just pressing 2 buttons.
Most of the time I just go and ask Steve to do it for me.
So that's the end of the podcast. I'd like to thank you for coming talking with us because I know, well, the ring's been put away now, so we can actually get off. It's very rare for us not to have to put the ring away, so that's a good one. But thanks for coming in. Obviously, when I put it on, I'll put some links on as well. So I'll put your Instagram in the post, and I'll put a few matches for people to watch. So thanks for joining us, and
no, thank you for having me, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Goodbye.